Hello, guys. Welcome to my Dance IT Network channel. And from my previous tutorial is we're able to manage the switch, okay, using a console cable from the PC. And now is it's time for us to manage the router using a console cable. Okay, so I update the instruction in here. Well, most likely they're just the same as on the switch. Okay, so let's follow them. On the step one, connect the PC to router using console cable. Okay, that's easy. We're just gonna transfer this one. Click this console cable. I'm just gonna transfer it to the router, and then I'm gonna pick the console. Okay, and that's good. And let's proceed to the step two. Change the router hostname to R1. Okay, so let's go to the PC and then let's go to the terminal and then make sure that the bits per second is 9600, data bits is 8, parity none, stop bits 1, and flow control would be none. Okay, and once it's done, then click OK. And then now is we are inside the router. Well, let's type here no, because it says in here, would you like to enter the initial configuration dialog? So let's just say no on this so that because we want to um, manage the router manually. Okay, so then hit enter and then type enable to go to the privilege mode and then type the configure terminal, or I can just type comp and then space T, which is the CONF stands for configure, and the T stands for terminal. That is also fine. So this is the shortcut of configure terminal, and hit enter. And then now I am on the global config mode. So now we can change the router host name to R1. So let's do that. Host name space. I'm gonna give it R1. Enter, and it notice that the router was changed to R1. Okay, and then let's proceed to the step number three. Oh, I'm so sorry. Let me just correct this step. Okay, this is three. This is four. This is five. This is six and seven. So we are now on the step number three. Okay, so we need to create a banner which is the same as on the switch. So let's do that. So I am on the global config mode. So let's type banner space MOTD stands for message of the day and space. And the message of the day would be welcome to Dance IT Network. Okay. And this time, just want to add an exclamation mark in here and then there. Okay. And hit enter. And then let me update this. And then on step number four, um, create an enable password to the router. Okay, so let's do that. So global config mode. Okay, and then I'm gonna type enable space password, and then the password that I wanted to create would be, let's say, password 1234. Okay, and then step number five is create local username and local password. Okay, so let's do that. So I am on the global config mode and then type username space admin and then password would be let's say password 12345. Okay, and that's it. And then number step number six is apply the local username and local password to the line console of the router. Okay, so meaning that we need to go to the line console mode in the router, and then we'll apply the local username and local password authentication. Okay, so I need to be in a global config mode, which is I am right now. Okay, so I'm gonna type line console space 0. Okay, so this is the console port, okay, on the router itself. Okay, I'm gonna hit enter, and then now I am inside the line console 0, and then I'm gonna type here log in local. Okay, so this local, this is the um, this username, admin, and password. Okay, for local, this will be linked here. Okay, so that's if you will try to connect to the switch, though, it will ask for a username and password, which is that's the local. Okay, then hit enter. All right, and then the last step is since this is a router, okay, it wants us to assign an IP address, okay, assign an IP address to the gigabit. This is gigabit, right? Gigabit 0/0, and the IP address should be 192.168.1.1. So let's do that. Okay, so let's exit on this config dash line. Okay, we need to go to the global config mode. Okay, and now we are back to the global config mode, and I can type here interface. Okay, and then um, gigabit. Okay, I can type giga and then hit the tab on the keyboard just to complete the wording. Okay, and then since it's 0/0, I need to type in here 0/0. Okay, and then hit enter. Okay, so now I am inside the interface gigabit 0/0. So I need to assign an IP address, and to assign an IP address, this is the command: type IP space address space, then the IP address 192.168.1.1. Okay, and then space. I need to give it a subnet mask, which is subnet mask will be 255.255.255.0. Why? It's because it's a class C, right? Class C IP address. And then hit enter. And then I'm gonna need to turn the turn this interface on. Okay, I'm going to need to make it active because we assign an IP address. So to do that, I'm going to need to type no space shutdown and hit enter. And now the interface gigabit Ethernet 0/0 changed state to up, and now it's active. Okay, and let's hit enter. Okay, and let us save the configuration though. Okay, let us type here do space right. Okay, all right, and now the configuration was saved, and then I'm gonna exit on this one. Okay, and then exit again, and then type enter, and then I am back on the privilege mode, and then I want to check the running configuration on this router. So let's do that. I will type show space running dash config. Okay, or I can just type run if I want to. Anyway, the run, this stands for the running config. So hit enter. Okay, and then if you see this more, meaning that there are still information below that I cannot even see. So I need to hit space bar, space bar, space bar. Okay, and then scroll up to the last command that we input, which is the show run. Okay, all right. So after the show run, this shows up. Okay, so this is from up here. Okay, up to the bottom part, okay, which is this on the end line. This is the running configuration on the router. Okay, so we need to this version, okay, version 15, this settings, these are the default setup on the router itself. Okay, so let's leave it like it is. And this host name, we did this right. We set up the host name router to R1. Okay, and then we also set up a enable password, which is password 1234. And then we set up an local username and local password. All right. Well, we did not input this zero, but it is showing in here though. But what important is we did the right thing. We input the correct command on a command line, and it should be good to go. Anyway, we will check later if the password did kick in. Okay, and scroll down, and we assigned an IP address to the interface gigabit 0/0, and the IP address is this one. Okay, the 192.168.1.1, and this is the subnet mask. And then duplex auto, speed auto. So this is the like default settings on this duplex and speed. So let's just leave it like it is. And this interface is active because we turn it on. It is not shut down, unlike in here. Okay, so meaning that this is active. And then scroll down. So we set this up, the banner, welcome to Dance IT Network. Okay, and that's the exclamation mark. I added that. And then on the line console 0, this is the console port on this on the router itself. Okay, like login local. So we enable the local authentication. So definitely it should ask for a local username and password. So let's check. So let's exit on this router. Okay, and I'm gonna close this, and I'm gonna reopen again. I'm gonna hit the terminal, then click OK. Scroll down to the very bottom part. Okay, and then hit enter, and there you go. It asks now for welcome to Dance IT Network. The banner is showing, and then user access verification. It is asking for a local username, which is admin, right? And then the password that we created is password 1234. I believe there's a 5 on that. Okay, yeah. Okay, and we also set up an enable password though. So I'm gonna type here enable to go to the privilege mode. So the password that we set up for enable password is password 1234 only. Okay, that's good. And now I am inside the router. Okay, so I can do anything I want to do in here. Like I can type CompT if I want to. Okay, configure terminal to go to the global config, and I can type exit if I want to. Okay, so it is working.